start this time?
No, I can't. You always start.
Hi, I'm Bob Shaw, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Wow. Even the thought of it threw him off. And together we have the most famous physical therapist on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Brad, today we're going to talk about best walking and balance home program for after having a stroke, or if you're injury, or maybe you have Parkinson's or something causing you to not have good balance.
Right. If you're having problems walking, maybe had some falls, you feel unstable on your feet, these are some excellent exercises that you can do to get you more stable, but these are not something you want to do by yourself. You need to have someone to assist you. And
did you notice Brad's slip that around, Brad, so it doesn't look like anything weird.
Yeah.
All right. Brad's got a gait belt on there so I can hold on to it while he's doing his activities so he doesn't lose his balance at all. And Brad did come up with a little device here, very simple to make, that serves as a good tool.
For it works great. Yeah, I use it in the clinic, and it's very inexpensive, very effective. So common things that this can help correct. If you're having problems when you walk, Lonnie, if you can get down to the feet, get the pointer out here. If the person is scissoring, or they catch, one foot catches the backside. Parkinson's people do this a lot. It could be with a stroke too. Yep. And that can cause a fall. When that foot comes in, down you can go. So we want to talk about how can you do something to make the person to get those feet, to get that proper gait pattern so they have better balance and not tripping over themselves. Should we go right into that, Bob?
Well, before we do that, Brad, I notice we have a couple new people that have joined us. So
there's howdy. 3. I see 3.
Yeah. Boy, we go from 3 to, I mean, we go from several hundred to 3. If you are new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos how to stay healthy and fit and pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, like us on Facebook. Brad and I have, had imaginary friends as children, and we would like to try to get some real friends now.
Well, speak for yourself, Bob.
All right, let's go ahead. So this is the board you made.
Right. Well, I didn't make it. I just bought it. I went down to the store. It's a 2x4. It was a 8-foot one. I cut it down just because it was easier to haul in my car. But 8-foot one works a little bit better. Even a 10-foot one would work fine if you can transport it. And I put a piece of blue tape on it just so it's easier to see with the camera. But you may want to do that as well because sometimes people
visually have difficult times.
Exactly.
So that anything you do to enhance it is going to help out.
It depends on, you want to have some contrast between that and the floor.
By the way, ignore the tape on the floor.
Right.
It has nothing to do with what we're doing today.
That was some other training that we were working on. So here we go. We've got this. Now, you can, depending on the ability of the person walking, if they're using a walker and they're scissoring, that's the nice thing about this. You can just get the walker
and
here.
You can have someone hold on to the belt if need be. I'm not going to hold on to the belt, but that option is there.
Exactly. Yeah. Depends on how unsteady the person is. Now, you can put the 2x4 vertically like this, or you can put it like this, depending on what they're comfortable with. I'm going to keep it like this so you can see. And you simply walk through like this. And if they step on the board, it's no good. They can feel that and they can realize, well, I've got to get my feet over.
It gives them immediate feedback.
Yep. It forces the person to keep their feet out wide, and you can practice forward and backwards. Once they get good and they don't need the walker anymore.
Now, Brad, you were mentioning, by the way, is that you had a patient with Parkinson's that actually had the freezing episodes where he had difficulty. But this would break it up.
Yeah, he would have that thing where his back foot would catch like this, and then if I say get it out, or he could force himself eventually to get going. And once he could get walking, it'd be fine. But when he walked over a board, or with a board between his legs, everything just went smooth. Like it just turned it right off. And I've done a number of things. The problem I had, I couldn't get carryover with it to without the board, but it was very interesting. So, I'm hoping someone who's studying Parkinson's, maybe there's someone that,
to carry it over.
Yep, exactly.
To real life.
So again, you can use the cane. Again, someone would be holding or there if you need it, and start with 2 canes. And once you get better, you can just, go to 1 cane. And you can progress to no canes once you get to that point.
Sure.
So a good thing for scissoring. The next thing is just stepping over things, making sure that your foot's not dragging. If one's dragging, or when you're working in the kitchen, you find out that the person's dragging when they're stepping sideways, working, at the countertop.
Puts you at a higher risk for falling.
Right. So I've got a nice exercise for that. You use the board, okay? For this one, you're not going to use a walker. If the worst person is using the walker, you could, but it kind of gets in the way.
Someone could hold on to the belt while you're doing this.
Use a cane, and it's very simple. We just step over in here, and then we sidestep, and back and over, and sidestep. Now, I'm watching my feet, okay? And I'm paying attention if it's my patient. Are they watching their feet? And it's okay if they do, but then at the same time, I'm going to say, let's do it again, but I want you to look straight ahead and make sure you don't touch that 2x4. And it's a different story when you don't have that visual feedback. But it's important because you want someone to have that proprioception or that awareness of where their feet are.
So what happens, Brad, if they don't clear?
Yeah, if they don't clear, this foot comes over.
Sure.
Yeah, and then you got that. And that's why you have to be right there, because if they don't clear, they catch that 2x4, then you got to catch them so they don't fall.
But again, they're getting that good feedback right away if they're not stepping enough.
Right.
And it's not so high that it's real difficult, but it's
Right.
enough that they should be trying to clear that amount.
Exactly. I mean, you could, if they're doing really well and for some reason you want some higher steps, you could turn the 2x4 on edge and double the distance. It was, well, more than double. So
You
it
need
was
to put a
inch and
piece of tape on this edge too, Brad.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Here, let's do it this way so they can see. But it's just a higher. It's the exact same technique, but we're stepping
Going over a higher level.
Exactly. Okay. Now, the next one. Now, this is more for balance.
Sure.
We're going to get away from the gait.
Going to walk the plank.
Exactly. I think we'll try this way. Again, you could start with this one.
Sure, with the
the
walker again.
and we're simply going to go walk at a normal distance between your feet, 3 or 4 inches, and walk. And I'm looking where I'm stepping and seeing. Okay, I'm going to go backwards. Again, if Bob was helping me, he'd be close by in case, because especially if you've got neuropathy or you can't feel that one foot, and you come back and one foot's off like this,
Yeah.
So you really have to be careful. And you could do a sprained ankle. You could roll the ankle here as well. So you have to be careful for that. So this is something you really have to be careful of what's going on and really be aware. So not just the person doing it, but the helper, all these little things. Now the next thing, if that's too easy, I wanted to mention, do that forward and backwards, looking at your feet. And then once they get real good at it, then you can have them look at an object straight in front of them and repeat the training. I'm going to do it without the walker. Let's say the person is advanced. We're going to use 2 canes.
Again, you're going to have somebody with you.
Yeah. Now, let's say the advanced where this is becoming easy. They're picking a point out. They can feel when their foot is close to the edge and they can correct it. They really have their proprioception. They know where their feet are in space as well as on the floor. Oh, my foot's off a little bit there. I'm going to get it to the center.
You lost a cane tip too.
Oh, look at that. There, it's back. Yeah, we'll have to correct that, Bob.
Yeah.
Now, to make that one a little more difficult, heel to toe. The heel needs to touch the toe. And this just makes it a little bit harder. Now I'm going to look straight ahead to make it even a little harder, and I'm going to feel that heel touch the toe. I'm going to know where my foot is on that board. I can feel it. Now this can be really challenging if the person, like with neuropathy or that stroke, and that one foot has problems with sensation. Then you really have to be a real important helper and make sure you're watching so that they don't roll their ankle going off of this. Okay. And we're going back and back.
That ankle may even have a brace on it.
Exactly. Yeah, you could have an AFO or you could use an ankle brace as well. And then this one, if the person is more of a balanced one and a little bit of a gait one, but just step on the 2x4 this way, it gets you forward and backwards support. You get this. If the person is going backwards or forwards and they're having problems with that, along with stepping, this kind of combines and challenges that as well. So we're stepping here, and we're going back and forth and taking the time, using the canes.
What's nice about this one, Brad, is a lot of your balance comes from your ankles and your hips.
Sure.
So this one is working both at the same time. It's working your ankles they're having to work very hard to keep you on that board.
What's going on down here? It's starting to get my ankles a little tired, actually, Bob.
Sure, and then your hips have to work really hard too because they're going side to side. So
This can, I'm sorry.
oh, I was just gonna feel it myself. How hard is this thing? Oh yeah, oh yeah. I got a heel on too. That
Sure,
doesn't help.
yeah. But this can help prepare the person for walking on uneven surfaces outside. If you have gravel or you're in the yard, this is one of those things that'll help them get ready for that if they've just been walking inside after their stroke or
In
Minnesota,
in Minnesota, we have to deal with winters where you can't take people outside always to work on these things.
And they don't plow their roads. You have gravel roads. Once in a while, you get a concrete road in Minnesota. But other than that, it's pretty rough over there.
So that's tough living. I think he's putting a dig on Minnesota, by the way.
Well, from Wisconsin, you have to do that when you can. Oh, Bob, once again, he's reverting back to
my childhood.
Oh, seriously, these are some really wonderful techniques. Use them, but make sure you have a partner and be really aware of what's going on.
So we don't want any sprained ankles because of us. So
exactly.
If it's not, if it's too advanced for you, don't be doing that. Do the lower level ones.
Right, and as therapists that have seen this, or see this, they know exactly what we're talking about, so.
And remember, we're not just pretty, Brad.
They're pretty ugly.
No, we're pretty helpful and handy, so we want to make sure you subscribe to us.
Take care.